Greetings, R. Smalek here. I am back in one of the challenges for surviving Mindcrack Island. This is the Day 5 challenge. It was a reward challenge. We call it the Tiki Challenge or the Memory Matching Challenge, and this is my reflection video. So today I'm going to talk about the video schedule for this week, this set of episodes. A quick recap of what happened in Day 5. I'm going to save commentary on the point of view videos from the other contestants until next Tuesday. And I don't really have any changes to the hit list, so I'll just briefly touch on that. And it's raining. We'll do some shout outs, and then I have a question for y'all. So let's go ahead and start off by clearing the weather. This would not be a Mindcrack related production without having some weather issues. So first thing I will do is I will show the video schedule. So as you should already know, this is going to contain spoilers. The official Mindcrack episode 4 was published on April 1st, which was Friday or yesterday, hopefully if you're watching this on Saturday. And this video, my reflection, is coming out on the 2nd. Now, this video only covers the first half of what was in the Mindcrack video. So in the Mindcrack video, you saw days 5 and 6 on the island. Day 5 was the reward challenge that we're going to talk about right now. And day 6 was the immunity challenge and the council vote. So if you've already seen the official episode, you know what happens in both days. You'll see my point of view of day 6 on Monday. You should have seen my point of view for day 5 yesterday, and then next Tuesday, you'll see my reflection for day 6. So this may contain spoilers. So day 5 recap. Basically, we did some night fighting, and prior to that, we did this challenge. And the way this challenge is supposed to work is 3 of us were playing because there were only 3 people left on the blue team. That was I, Suchel, myself, and Brian MCN, or Lorgon 111, or Dr. Brian. I don't know what he prefers, to be honest with you. Dr. Brian. And then Von, 3-2, and Desi sat out so that the teams were even. And basically, what we had to do is whenever they called go, we would have to step on this pressure plate, which would close this gate and open that gate, and then jump across these lily pads. And you can see I'm much more adept at this now than I was back then because I got stuck under the lily pads a couple times. However, I do want to note that I think myself and Suchel and actually Lorgon did pretty good. I think Lorgon did the best at jumping. But Suchel and I did get stuck under the lily pads a couple times swimming in the water, but I watched the blue team having the same issue, so that didn't really put us back in any way, significant way. And then what we had to do was we had to press these buttons. So, for example, I went first, and as a team, we decided we were going to press the buttons from top right to across to top left and then down. I don't know why I said right to left, but we did it. And so I was first, so I ran up and I hit this button. And that made a blue lapis block pop out over here. And then Brian, Dr. Brian, ran out and pressed, since I was first, he was second, he pressed the second button. And that popped out gold. And then what should happen, although I think this version of the map that I have has a bug in it, those 2 are supposed to pop back in. But for some reason, I don't think they're popping back in this version. So pretend that they popped back in. Then Suchel was supposed to come over here, and he was supposed to press the 3rd button, assuming these 2 weren't matching, which they weren't. But he messed up. So Suchel pressed the 2nd button again, which gave us the gold block, which was data we already had. And so essentially, and then he had to run back. He completely wasted his turn. And then on my next turn, I had to press the 3rd button, which popped out chiseled stone. And then Brian would have hit the 4th button, iron, Suchel, and for whatever reason, iron went back in. So then lapis was the 5th button. So then they would have reset, and so then the next person should have hit the 1st and the 5th to get the blue match. And then you just keep on going and you rotate through. Now, I watched the blue team very closely in my footage as well as their footage, which I'll talk about a little bit on Tuesday. And we were able to catch back up, but blue team was just a few seconds ahead, like 10 seconds maybe. And they won the reward challenge. So they didn't win immunity, but they won a reward challenge. And this reward challenge was an advantage in the upcoming immunity contest. And to be honest, if Suchel had not pressed the wrong button, we would have won this. We were so close. And I think that would have really affected what happens in the immunity challenge. But as it is, one small mistake, not paying attention or not having clear communication, can start a snowball of issues, and certainly affected our morale a bit. We all got back to camp and realized, like, oh boy, we lost one, and it certainly increased the blue team's morale. But again, I'll talk about the immunity challenge you'll see my point of view on the immunity challenge in Monday's video, and then I'll talk about it on Tuesday's reflection. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move on to my hit list. At this point, I have to think about who I would vote off if we went to council. So at this point, we have not merged, and so only the red team or the blue team would be going to council. In this case, I have to assume it's the red team. And I think the strongest player on our team is Brian, Dr. Brian. Second strongest is Van. And then 3-2, then Desi, then Suchel. That's just the way it is. There's different degrees of white space in between those. So I would say when I was playing the game, I thought Van was on top from a social perspective and 3-2 from a physical perspective. But when I take sort of the weight of the social and what I've seen in the videos up to this point, the organization, the leadership skills, and what I've seen in the contests, I would have to say that I have Brian up near the top. And then Desi, there's nothing at all that I'm saying negative against him. I just, so was starting to get to know him on a personal level and hadn't really seen him do much. And then Suchel had two things going against him at this point. One was pressing the wrong button, and then the other was just the general lag that he expressed having problems with, especially the one that had him sit out from the parkour challenge. And I have to think that if there's any sort of physical challenges, parkour, PvP, anything like that coming up in the next portions, that lag could be killer to our team. And we want to keep up pressing the blue. We don't want to lose anything else. So if I were to vote today, I would actually probably vote Suchel out because he held the team back. And then that would actually put him a little bit over Brian at the moment, but Brian would be not too far behind. And that is a compliment, by the way, to both of you guys. All right, so a couple really quick shout-outs. I'm not going to go through the comments. I actually need to get back to my Minecraft realm. We are in the process of migrating the realm, and you can see the sprout on my skin here. This is our symbol representing new growth and creative ideas. I have to get back because we are moving the realm from Minecraft Mojang Realms over to a dedicated server, and I have to clean up the April Fool's joke and get some other things done. But quick shout outs. We have our first fan art of Surviving Mindcrack Island. It is by someone named Computer, and I've got the link in the description. I did not edit it into my video because I didn't ask permission. but it's called Team Cocoa Beans, and it is a hand-drawn pencil on what appears to be white, maybe notebook paper. So thank you so much for the fan art. I think it's great that you spent some time thinking about us and drawing us. So that's really cool. And then I had a couple commenters on various videos over the last couple days. In no particular order, Sevenski, Eden Avni, Adam the English Teen, who's actually been watching my channel off and on since 2011. So glad that you enjoyed the old Minecraft Map Makers After Hours podcast. Joker, Ty Plays Games, Plasma Cube, Daniel Philpott, and the Minecraft Aliens, which I think you meant to spell Alliance, but it's spelled Aliens. So, okay, so I have a question for you guys, and I would really love to hear your answer. Now, this is not a spoiler in any way at all, but since we are getting to the point where there's only 3 left on blue and there's 6 on red, that's 9 people total. Somebody's going to be going home at the end of this episode 4 or day 6. So it'll be down to 8. So a merge is going to be coming pretty soon, and then boom, 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 people are going to be getting eliminated pretty quickly each week. So I need to start thinking about, the Minecraft server itself has changed quite a bit from what I used to watch when this was being filmed back in 2013. And as far as I know right now, other than the main town itself, the only thing going on in the server that I'm really aware of, that I'm actually watching, is Jay Sano's building of his own Survivor Island. And it does appeal to me to maybe help him or participate in that if that's something that he's interested in. But if I were to win access to the Minecraft server, what would you want to see me do on the server? What do you think the first thing I should do? Or you could answer this in the YouTube comments. Whoever wins this competition, what do you think the first thing they should do on the server is? And what would you like to see happen on the server if at least one of us is given access to the server at the end of this competition? Let me know down in the comments what your ideas are. And that's it. Kept it as short as I could possible. Again, next Monday, you're going to see my point of view on day 6, which is the immunity challenge. And then on Tuesday, you're going to see my reflection, and I'll talk about what I saw in other point of view videos. And then next Friday will be the official Mindcrack episode 5, and I will have day 7 and beyond. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget, there's a conversation on the Mindcrack subreddit. There's a poll for who you think might win, who you think's voted off next. And I'd love to see more fan art of the competition. I know the other contestants would too. Lorgon, Honey, Van, Suchel. All of us been waiting a long time to share this with you, and if it inspires anything, please let us know. Bye.